Good evening and welcome to the third anniversary of the Staley Social Justice Center. I'm so excited that you're all out here today. My name is Quentin Cross and I'm one of the founders and the chairman of the board of the Staley Social Justice Center. Woo! That's my amen from over here. Oh, okay. 3 years ago, a group of black men got together in a barber shop on Thursday nights at about 6 o'clock. And we began a conversation about what we wanted to do and how we wanted to live in our community. We wanted to know what it took to be a good father and how we could take our street skills, make them to professional skills, and how to have good, healthy relationships. And from that conversation turned into a movement that still today proclaims that Black Lives Matter. A movement that started out giving out food every other Friday, advocating in places we've never been, standing up for those who couldn't stand up for themselves, and using a model that says, don't hand it to us, but help us help ourselves. Today you see the progress of that organization. And today we honor our former chairman, Mr. Alan Scarrett, who was there from the beginning. We love you. And so I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize some of the people who founded the organization. Jawan Morrison, who's not here with us, but Vern Cross, my big bro, somewhere around here. Alexis Keith, Larissa Parks, Tiffany Garriga, Claire Cutting, Brandon Santos, I see you, Brand. KJ Gray over there in the corner there. Others who came along the way. Miss Karen Smith, where are you? Karen Smith, thank you for your service. Rebecca Collette, Brooke Lehman. Am I missing anybody? I said Brooke Lehman. Valerie Bonardian, who I never put on the mailing list. I'm sorry. I love you. I got Brooke, but Greg Asofsky, did I say it right? Did I pronounce it right? But we started out, it's sort of interesting, and I think I should just talk about it. One of our strongest allies and partners is Kite's Nest. Kaya, Sarah, and Nicole. We would not have been where we are if it had not been for them introducing us to Brooke and Greg, who agreed to be our fiscal sponsors when we started, and here we are today. So we thank you, we honor your presence here today. So now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce also our keynote tonight, Dr. Bernard Lafayette, who we'll talk about a little bit later tonight. A great man, someone who I've been with for the last couple of days, who has just poured into me and made me feel good even in difficult times. So we're grateful for your presence, Dr. Lafayette. The mission of the Staley Social Justice Center is to empower the black family to become leaders in their own right, in their own community. through community service, empowerment, advocacy. To my black brothers and sisters here in the building today, I hope we are serving you well. I hope we're serving you well. One of the things that we get to see in the last 3 years, it's actually almost 4 years, is young men and women coming through Social Justice Leadership Academy, or volunteering here or there. We get to see them progress, and we get to put them in places where they have the opportunity to become leaders and to step out from a centered place. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Masters of Ceremonies for this evening. An activist in his own right, even though quiet. A young man who will hopefully one day run an organization, lead a movement, do whatever he wants to do in his life. Mr. Adonis Oliver, come on, sir.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Same to you.
Well, I want to introduce you. I want to introduce myself to you. My name is Adonis Oliver Ragland. Nervous. I'm a young black man, learning my history, still learning my history. I'm part of a group called Kitesness Space 101. How I know about Kitesness because of my mom. That's it so far. I want to quit and come back up here.
So it gives me great pleasure to introduce the mayor of the city of Hudson, Miss Tiffany Martin Hamilton. The first woman mayor in the history of Hudson. Don't try it. Don't try it. Go on.
Stand up. Can give you a hand. I can get up here. Oh, Lord. Awesome. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm ready. Yes.
Good evening, everybody, and let me just first say that it is an incredible honor to be here. I've had the pleasure of watching SBK over the last few years, and am forever impressed with what they do. So I would just like to share with you very quickly a letter that I wrote to Quentin recently. As we approach SBK's 3rd anniversary, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to you and your colleagues for the contributions you've made to our community through the work you do at the Staley B. Keith's Social Justice Center. The programs you provide to young men and women of color to empower them and to overcome obstacles and reach their highest potential, and your efforts to join forces with other community organizations to expand your reach are incredibly valuable. If there's anything I can do, and I do mean this from the bottom of my heart, from City Hall to better support you in accomplishing your mission, please let me know. Happy anniversary, SBK. Here's to many more. Thank you.
Tiffany came to the barbershop, y'all.
I want to introduce my mom, Tiffany, older woman, Tiffany Garriga.
Hello, everyone. This is a beautiful crowd, a very much diverse city that we live in. It's beautiful, right? I'm going to read a letter here that is sent from our Assemblywoman, Dee Dee Barrett. And it says, to our friends at the Staley Keith Social Justice Center and Dr. Bernard Lafayette Jr., I am sorry that I am not able to join you tonight to celebrate the Staley Keith Social Justice Center's 3rd anniversary and to thank each of you for your involvement in moving the center forward. Your commitment to our community and to ensuring a bright and equitable future for all our young people has played a key role in making our city very special. Over the course of just 3 years, the Staley Keith Social Justice Center has made significant steps in its goal of empowering the residents of Hudson to actively engage with government, to create lasting solutions, and to increase civic leadership. Your work has made this city, which is so diverse and culturally rich, a better place to live for everyone. SBK has been a force for change and a source of community education, whether the focus is on housing, food access, schools, workplace, or relationships with local law enforcement. We thank you for that. It is also my pleasure to offer the warmest congratulations to Dr. Bernard Lafayette Jr., who joins you all this evening. It is an honor to have him in our community. He represents a generation of change agents who faced down injustice and fought for equality with a commitment to nonviolence that is sometimes hard for us to understand today. We thank him for that, joining the Staley Keith Social Justice Center on their 3rd anniversary to share his insights, to celebrate the progress that has been made to help set the path for the work that remains to be done. The Staley Keith Social Justice Center is built on leaders like Dr. Lafayette and all of you who work tirelessly to enhance the quality of life for the African Americans and other ethnic communities in the city of Hudson. Even as the center continues its work to address the injustices too many of our neighbors face socially, economically, and politically, it is clear SBK has already made its mark as an important pillar of our community. Sincerely, Dee Dee Barrett, Member of Assembly, 106th District. Yes. And we thank him for this letter. Thank you all.
Now I want to introduce you to Dr. Bernard Lafayette Jr.
Thank you very much. This is going to surprise you because my remarks are going to be brief. I'm a Baptist preacher, but I used to pastor a Presbyterian church. And when I first went there, I asked the elders. Now the elders in the Presbyterian church, they actually run the church. In the Baptist church, the deacons try. So they asked me to come in and help them because they needed a supplied minister. And the first time I was there, I said to them, how much time do you allow for the sermon? And this elder looked back, very chagrined, and said to me, now I don't know what you heard about the Presbyterian church, but we do not put a limit on the sermon. So you can just go and preach as long as you want to. We leave at 12. I learned to lead with the people. Maybe you already know this, but you are a very unique community. I go all around the world, okay? Just got back from Seattle, and I got to go to Tampa, Florida, and that weekend. And I used to get round-trip tickets to places. Now I just get one way because I don't know which way I'm going to go after I get where I am.
All right.
You know that?
You never.
Yeah, it's a serious situation. Like, but I'll tell you what the problem was. I did make a mistake in assuming that I was going to be able to retire. And I have retired. I know how to retire. I retired 4 times already. In fact, my next book is going to be on how not to retire. So I get called on to go places and stuff like that. Quentin Gross is just amazing in terms of his leadership. Let's give him another hand. Okay? I have been thoroughly impressed. And what he doesn't know, and you're going to get the secret first,
Oh boy.
is that I'm going to play golf and send him. I got somebody now, okay, that I could send, okay, yeah. So you have something very special going on here that you may not know about, and that is the camaraderie that you have among yourselves, and the sense of community and support for the work that's so important. And I just want to commend you for what you're doing. You have created what Martin Luther King was talking about when he said the beloved community. Since I've been here, I've found so much love and so much warmth, and I've been talking about it. I was trying to find out what caused that to happen. I've been interrogating people. Some of you know that already, okay? Because it is special. So, therefore, I'm expecting great things from you. And I'm standing by, ready to help wherever I can, because after all, okay, this is where we should be. And I just want to share one program that I was involved with that many of you support. I was the president of American Baptist College in Nashville, Tennessee, among other things, and the movement and that kind of thing, etc. And one of the reasons why I went and finished college and then on to the Harvard Graduate School and also the doctoral degree was because Martin Luther King's last words to me was that, now Bernard, the next thing we want to do is to institutionalize and internationalize nonviolence. The AVP program, I started in 1975. It's in about 60 countries all over the world. I didn't know it was going to do that. I just laid the groundwork. And when you lay the groundwork, you got to understand when you build a foundation, dig deep. You dig deep. My grandmother was an entrepreneur. She finished 3rd grade. But what she did was she bought a dormant mango, orchard. Yeah, thank you. And the person who sold it to her, kind of snickered a little bit because he thought that she wanted to do mangoes. She bought the thing, and what she did was cut down all the mango trees and sold the wood, for whatever, and then divided up the lots and sold to families. So they could, then she got a contractor and made a deal with him and had him to build houses for people. And then guess what she did? She built a grocery store. You got to eat. So as I close, what I want to say is this. When she had her grocery store built, she told the contractor how deep she wanted the foundation. And he nodded his head, this old lady, thinks she knows. But You know, she didn't know anything, so we just explored and humor her. She came back and inspected and found out that his foundation was only for one story. And she said, I told you how deep I wanted that foundation. He said, I know the house, the code. I know the building code. I'm a contractor. That's the only foundation need to only be so deep, you know, for this one story building, your grocery store. And you know what she told him? She said, I told you to build it for 2 stories deep, because Junior right here might decide that he wants to put another story on there, so you need to have the foundation built deeply, because you don't know what the future generation is going to require. As we build a deep foundation. Thank you.
Hi there. Thank you for coming. We have some lovely gifts that different people have donated to us in the back on the other side of the bar. One of them were from the producers of the play Huey, starring Forrest Whitaker. So the producers gave us a pair of tickets that are good for March, for the month of March. So next to each gift is a little pot that you would put the ticket in for the item that you'd like. There's also a beautiful basket from Hammertown. Some toys. We have a studio photo session. I know there's a lot of would-be models out there, so there's a nice blanket in case you don't make the model.
That's funny.
And jewelry. I made the jewelry. It's not that great. We also have some of Dr. Lafayette's books here on sale. And it's a signed book. Oh yeah, we have one signed book at the raffle yet. And Quentin to drive you around for 3 whole days. Wearing that suit.
You'll get pulled over.
Thank you very much.
Are you guys having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So,
God, forgive me, sorry.
Let us pray.
Yes, let's pray.
Oh, gracious and eternal Father, we thank you for this food which we are about to receive, and may it nourish our bodies as your word nourishes our spirit. Amen.
Amen.
so dinner is served. I do not know the order. It will be soon. It will be served. They're bringing it out right now. Yeah, and it's not over. I know you got the program with you. So right after that, we have more of the program to go.
It is.
Sure, yes, please. Howard. And Club Helsinki, thank you so much. Yes, Michael Howard. And I want to bring back on the stage Mr. Adonis.
I want to introduce you, my niece, cousin, and she's a wonderful singer. And here she comes.
Thank you. Give Adonis a round of applause. Good job. I think I want to use this. All right, so I'm just going to do a couple songs tonight. Thank you for having me, Quentin, SBK. And what a great turnout. This is great. All right, so I'm going to start with a song called Money Rules the World. It's, I wrote it a few years ago, and it's probably my favorite song that I've written. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Let's go. I didn't see it coming at all. Can I get some more volume? Can you start it over? And can I have just bring up the track a little bit? Thank you. The mic sounds good. We didn't get to sound check, so that's our sound check. I'm ready. Perfect. I didn't see it coming at all, 'cause I built my walls with bricks affixed with mortar. Yeah, it seeps in like water. Creepy, green, slimy little thing. It's money we hate, and it's money we need. Money, money rules the world. Money, money rules the world. It breeds lust and hate and jealousy, pride, prejudice, envy and greed. verse. I'm gonna give you the second verse now. All right. I said, just when you think you got it all figured out, that's when everything around you starts falling down. You wonder why people rob and steal, cheat their mamas and kill at will. It's that creepy green, slimy little thing. It's money we hate and it's money we need. Yeah. How to get that right.
I just some water. Very good.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Woo! Beautiful.
Very good. Give me your money.
All right. This second one I just wrote, and it's also very special to me. It's a kind of a love song to home. So I figured this was a nice place to sing this, and you can all probably agree with me, especially a small town. So we can get right into that. I just wanna go to a place where no one knows my name. Maybe then I'll know that everything will be okay. 'Cause lately I've been feeling like I'm so stressed out. I just wanna know what this is all about. Everything's looking up, but I'm down. Everything's looking up, but I'm down, down, down. I keep falling in love with you again and again and again and again. And I miss seeing familiar faces with warnings, with a meaning. Feeling like I belong somewhere, feeling like I'm needed, and my soul is never leaving, 'cause it's been here all along. When I leave, I come back, I always come back to my home. I keep falling in love with you again and again and again and again. I keep falling in love with you again and again and again and again.
Wow, that was amazing. A round of applause. Honoring the board chair, Alan Scarrett.
What did I do?
Come around, do not.
Alexis.
Love you too. Please call me Vern.
Hello everyone, thank you again for joining us tonight on a special occasion, 3 years. We are definitely honored that you all are here with us tonight. And we have a special person on our program tonight, Alan Scarrett. We share a special date of the month. We have January 14th in common. We're both Capricorns, born on the same day. So we've been great buddies over these 3 years, and all the years that I've known him, he's been such an influence in our community. And one thing I learned growing up in this community is you have to honor who's come before you, and you have to remember where you came from. So Alan is one of those people that we could look to remind us of the struggle and diversity and adversity that we have here in our community. And over these 3 years, Alan has helped us remind folks and open some more eyes up to remind everyone that we still have a lot of work to be done. My father called Hudson up south, up north, back in the 70s. So with our generation, our goal is to remind the younger kids under us that we still have to continue on this mission that was started over 50 years ago here in Hudson, New York. And Alan has been one of those people over the generations that has been a constant. And we can never thank him enough for his talent, his dedication, his wisdom, and he allows us to express ourselves comfortably. He doesn't hold anything back. And we could never thank him enough for his dedication to us, to the children, to the elders, to everyone. This man, he says he's retired maybe 3 or 4 times, just like Dr. Lafayette, and he's still going, and we thank him so much, and we appreciate him. And tonight I'd like to honor him with a token of our love and affection, and I'll read it to you. Okay. And Alan, if you come stand by me. Alan has served as our chairman of the board. He's serving now as our advisor. He's dedicated his years now to continuing to help us as our generation is trying to get to his level. And we appreciate him. And this says, Alan Scarrett, chairman of the board, Staley B. Keefe Social Justice Center. And inside, there's a clock because Alan keeps on ticking no matter what. We value him so much, and we have so many pictures. There's not one here because Alan holds all the best pictures. So we hope that he shares this moment with some of his colleagues over the years, over our 3 years, and adds us to this memory. And on the bottom, I'll read you the quote. I was given the honor of finding something that would capture Alan's spirit and his dedication and our love and gratitude for him. So I'll read you what I chose. This is a quote from George Washington Carver. How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these. Right. George Washington Carver. And it also says, with our love and gratitude, thank you, Alan. 2/19/16 SPK 3rd year anniversary, Helsinki, Hudson.
Thank you, Alexis.
I brought some friends to the stage also. I wanted to thank Alan and love him as much as we do.
I wasn't expecting to get up on stage to speak to Alan because there are too many words and too many feelings in the years that we have known each other and been friends and collaborators and have worked in the community together and have had infinite conversations, passionate about our feelings about the place that we live and the people that we know and feel incredibly attached to. And so I was so glad that SBK chose to honor Alan tonight. There's no better person in the entire world to be honored. And I love him very much, and I love the work that SBK is doing, and I'm so grateful. It keeps me in Hudson. Thank you.
Well, Alexis said that this was sort of a roast of Alan. And one of the things, I've lived in Columbia County for like 35 years. And if you live here long enough, then you start knowing people. And Alexis said she wanted somebody who knew Alan, or knew something about Alan. And I said I probably knew too much. I was on the board of the Hearth, and we talked to Alan, he said 1989. We talked him out of retirement to come and be director of the Hearth. So I want to take credit for his return to Columbia County. And then I discovered that he was friends with my mother. And these karmic threads go all around. And one thing that my mother said to me was, she was involved in the training at Middletown Psychiatric Center when Al was doing training. She said he was quite the heartthrob.
Yes.
So back in the late 80s, I remember having a conversation with Alan saying, Alan, you need to take a leadership position in Hudson. They need your leadership. And he was like, not me, not me, not me, no. Well, here he is. So, thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Excuse me. So I was just asked by Alexis just a few minutes ago if I would just say a few words, and I just remember when Alan first came to Hudson. Well, not the first time he came to Hudson, when he came back to Hudson to work at the Film on Hearth. I was working at the Mental Health Association, and Mike Gelfand, who's out there, was working for AIM, and I remember visiting him at the Hearth for the first time, and here's this big, tall guy, and we got together and started having lunches together and became very solid friends. And I still remember visiting each other at your house and my house, and I still remember when my wife was pregnant, and Alan's a great photographer, and he was telling me what lenses I should buy and all that. So there was a photography store on Warren Street, and I went there, and all of a sudden, my wife is like, she started to dilate and burst and whatever, and so Alan finds this out, and he finds me somehow and says, Jeff, you got to get home, and you got to get the wife to the hospital. And I still remember that, and then was, I think, kind of like a sweet uncle to my daughter for so many years, and really a lot of love came out of him to us. The good doctor that spoke here talked about the uniqueness of the community and the diversity, and Alan kind of is the epitome of all of that. He runs in so many different circles I don't even know, but with his mental health piece, and he's always been supportive of what we're doing here at the Mental Health Association, and obviously his work at SBK, and the Opera House and the radio station. I'm missing most of everything else he does, but really quite incredible, and it's just been an honor. I've really been enjoying our conversations and our relationship. It means a lot to me, and you can see how loved he is. You know, he comes to visit us at our offices in Hudson for the Mental Health Association. He knows all the clients. Hey, Alan, how you doing? Everybody loves him, and then he comes here, and everybody's hugging him and kissing him, and wherever he goes, people just love him. So I don't know how he does it, but one thing that I did want to mention, and these words were given to me here, and that is, I've been to his house, so I do know that Alan has a very deep foundation.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you who have just said the wonderful things you said to me, about me. You know, I'm saying to myself that what I'm doing here is celebrating SBK's 3rd anniversary. And I leave as I celebrate the anniversary with them. I see myself as being maybe 30 years or 40 years older than the next oldest person in SBK. And it tells me something about it may be time for me to take my old ass home and do something else with it. And I do have some friends who are my age, like Michael down here, and we can commiserate together with things that are about our era, our genre, and our venues, and those kinds of things. The main thing I want to say about SBK is, although you all are celebrating my leaving the organization, these people who do the things that I was unable to do because of the crises I had in my life over the past couple years. I lost 2 brothers and 2 very close friends, and they took a lot away from me, a lot of my energy that I would have gladly have given doing more things with the SPK people. And I mean Quentin, Vernon, Brandon, Alexis, they were doing this stuff. It's nice to be a director or board chairman and sit there and pontificate and bullshit and tell people what they should do, but they're out there doing this stuff. And Quentin is this fantastic, he's a brilliant young man.
Absolutely.
And his family and my family have known each other since probably the turn of the century. I am a canon. I'm not a skeleton from Pennsylvania. I am a canon. And so Quentin's mom and his mom's mom and Ed Cross, we go back to when I was in diapers. So, I love them. It's unconditional, and it will always be, and I will always support whatever endeavors they take on. Staley, well, Staley and I didn't know each other for a very long time, but we had a very soul connectedness that 2 men don't really share. Again, you can sit down in a bar or somewhere and talk to someone and identify with them certain things that you and them may be about. But Staley and I could sit down and talk about things that we both knew that in depth we were both about, and what we both would like to see happen for our community and our people. So I'm in this because of Staley. I got into it because of Quentin. I tried to do the NAACP, as some of you may know, and that was a failure. But thanks to people like Maya, who joined with me, and Len Sloniker and a few other people, KJ up there, we made a go of it. But the community, I think at that time, was just not ready for the NAACP. So, and Stanley Keith was also a former director of the